Voice is offering you the deal of a lifetime. There's just one catch. It's going to cost you money. You might say, I wouldn't fall for a telemarketing scam, but millions of people do, to the tune of more than $3 billion a year. Now, the slick operators behind a brand new scam are betting they can fool you not once, but twice. But the odds are they won't after you see what our investigative correspondent Roberta Baskin turned up. Roberta?
Connie, if P.T. Barnum listened in on these con artists, he would say that there was a sucker reborn every minute, a sucker who never learns his lesson. It's enough to give all telemarketers a bad name, and that's a shame because many telemarketers who sell all sorts of stuff over the phone operate entirely on the up and up.
Ever gotten a call like this?
You do want the biggest award of your life in a promotion, don't you, Darren?
Who hasn't?
Very good.
Telemarketers talk people into buying all sorts of stuff.
I'm not talking nickels and dimes here, buddy.
Everything is guaranteed in writing. Everything.
It's a fast pitch and it's legal.
As soon as it crosses my desk, the bottom line.
As long as they tell the truth.
And Floyd, the #1 prize is $25,000 in cold, hard cash.
But the salesman in this training tape didn't tell the truth and has been sentenced to federal prison for fraud.
It looks to me like you're gonna finish on top.
For every straight-talking salesperson that calls you, there's a scam artist waiting for you to hang up. And odds are that call will come from the capital of telemarketing fraud, Las Vegas.
Buried somewhere behind the bright lights of the Strip and hidden from the high rollers, big money is being made the easy way. It's stolen.
It seems like such a clever scam.
Indeed, it is a clever scam. I mean,
Mike Anzalone, an investigator with Nevada's telemarketing fraud unit, thought he'd heard it all. From phony charities to prize promotions that get people to send in hundreds of dollars for vitamins. Now, many of the same people who took your money are calling to say they can get it back. It's the newest game in town. It's called a recovery room.
It's about as low as you can go. Tell someone that you're going to get their money back for them when you know there's no chance in the world that you're going to get it back. Take their last dollars. They'll take their rent money. They'll take their food money. And it's about the bottom of the barrel when you're doing that.
Las Vegas recovery rooms sound like government agencies, but don't look like much. Federal Consumer Protection, Marketing Information Services, and this one, Consumer Protection Services. There's no law against running a recovery room, and some may actually recover money. The people who run them will swear that they're helping people.
Excuse me. I'm from CBS. Can you just tell me what this company does, what Consumer Services does?
We help people get the money back.
How do you do that?
How do we do that?
Yeah.
See ya.
Excuse
See
me.
ya.
Get your hands off.
Excuse me.
Can you tell me what you do?
We found this operation to be somewhat camera shy, but not gun shy.
All I'm
I'll give you a
asking
business
is
card.
that you explain how you recover.
See, the way you're
how do
asking
you
me,
recover
though,
money?
the way you're asking me is in front of a camera. I don't want to talk to you. You're really pissing me off.
Recovery room operators apparently don't like publicity. In fact, most don't advertise. Instead, they'll find you. They have the leads, complete with your name, phone number, even how much you've spent on phone schemes in the past. Good leads can sell for $20 a piece.
Leads are bought and sold, legally all around town. When I told this lead broker I was a telemarketer, he offered to sell me the names of people who are supposedly easy marks.
How many can you sell me if these are good?
Thousands.
Thousands?
Look, I have leads that are a month old, 12.
Wanting to see a recovery room in full operation, we walked into this one with a hidden camera saying we were looking for work. Eddie Gould, seen here on the left, runs Marketing Information Services with this man named Larry.
What we are is a recovery room. You know how you used to do the promotions, the 104, 105? Right. You know how many people got stung? Right. Money? What we do is we get them their money back. Okay, so it's a total flip. It's the same thing. I mean, you're asking for big numbers.
And the charge to recover your money?
I got a guy who made $11,000 last week, take home.
20% of what you lost, up front.
Everybody's making money. Therefore, we'll open up our third office up on Decatur and Flamingo out there.
Vera Schultz place.
We watch top salesman John Garvin do the pitch.
We're marketing information services. We go after those people that called you up and promised you cars and trips and cash and TVs and all this other stuff. Okay, and never delivered it. Okay? We let them know that they're in violation of fraud. From what I'm showing here in the record, okay, you lost close to about $10,000.
While Garvin waits for Vera to get some records, he explains how he's going to up his commission.
Of course not. When you see a figure like this, double it. Yeah. They'll admit to it. If I said you spent $5,000, yeah. If I said you spent $20,000, yeah. Now, all I'm basing it on is how much I'm going to ask her for.
Vera Schultz, John Garvin's customer, is a typical target. We tracked her down to this trailer park in eastern Pennsylvania. She's 75 years old and lives alone on $400 Social Security a month. She's lost more than $7,000 to telemarketing schemes.
They said that these were over $1,000. They're supposed to be diamonds, over $1,000.
And when she got the call from John Garvin, she was hopeful she'd get her money back.
Well, he's just interesting to talk to. At least you can talk to him. I don't like to talk to strangers, but at least I can talk to him over the telephone.
And what do you talk about?
Just this, or these. What can be done about it?
And what does he say that he can do about it?
He doesn't know. He's just going to try.
For how much money?
$1,000, but I had to send the $700 in for him to get started on it.
What you want to do is inflict pain, and I'll explain that to you. You want to make her feel that if she doesn't deal with me, okay, she's lost. If she doesn't deal with me, okay, she's lost.
Is it very upsetting to you to see what he's really like when he's not on the phone with you?
Yeah, it does now. Now I don't know whether he's any better than them.
And if someone like Vera should try to question John Garvin,
if they nail me to the wall over here and ask me questions, I'll tell them. Well, I'm sure you know who Janet Reno is. I didn't say I know Janet Reno. We file with Janet Reno. All I asked, do you know who Janet Reno is? In her mind, when she hangs up the phone, okay, company, you got it stuck in your Reno's handling this mother case. That's what they're thinking, which makes it easier for them to go to the bank and say, let me have a cashier's check for $2,000.
What a piece of work.
Frankie Sue Del Papa is the Nevada Attorney General. She had heard about recovery rooms, but had never seen one in action.
This is incredible. I mean, we love this kind of tape.
His using the name Janet Reno, did he cross the line with that?
I think he did. I mean, obviously what he doesn't understand or is misunderstanding here is that you don't necessarily have to lie per se to have a deceptive trade practice. All you got to do is deceive.
The Nevada Attorney General has begun to take legal action against several recovery rooms.
You can make money in recovery.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Among them, the Bureau of Consumer Awareness, run by 19-year-old Troy Thompson. He says BCA is making about $50,000 a week.
We have lead sources that customers spend anywhere from $5,000 to $20,000, which are the people that you want to go after because they're burnt out a lot in telemarketing. And this is something new, something you can really hit them with.
But when I confronted him in full view of the camera, Troy Thompson stopped boasting.
And how much money do you recover for consumers?
How much money? As much as we can.
How much?
Well, it depends on how much money your customers spend. It depends on a lot of things.
Well, how much money, how much have you brought in the way of refunds for consumers?
I'd rather not disclose that information right now. And that's about all the questions that I really have concerning that.
Okay. The state is also suing this man, Mark Ditmar, one of Thompson's former salesmen. His recovery room, Federal Consumer Protection, is apparently doing well. At 22, he drives this $70,000 Mercedes.
The Attorney General is accusing you of saying that you're going to contact companies that are out of business and claiming that you can get refunds.
That's just an allegation. It's not proven.
And you're not doing that?
No, I'm not.
What is your company doing? Can you show us?
I could show you, but all our records are on file, and I don't care to do that.
Ditmar didn't want to give us the names of his customers.
Fine, you can't close me. Sorry.
But his secretary unintentionally threw us some leads. We just had to do a little digging to get them. That's how we found Grace, who lives with her husband Oscar in southern Texas. Like most victims, Grace is elderly. In less than a year, she lost her life savings, more than $66,000 to 24 telemarketing schemes.
You don't have $66,000 to lose.
Federal Consumer Protection pitched Grace when she was desperate about her losses. She says federal claimed it could get her a refund from a now defunct telemarketer.
And they said that these people were closed up. They closed them up, but their assets were froze, and they could get them if they put a claim in.
Did this sound like a government agency to you, Federal Consumer Protection?
Sounded like it.
Yes. Grace also got a call from Bureau of Consumer Awareness, Troy Thompson's operation, and from Capital Punishers near Buffalo, New York. We found them running a bustling business, bringing in $60,000 a day, according to one former employee. Their pitch says it all.
They've basically located where all your money is, but legally they can't touch it until you become a client. And originally, you know what you're supposed to pay, honey? What? $15,000. That's under the Recovery Code Act 192.
Of course, there is no such act. Their pitch is full of lies, but a desperate person probably wouldn't question it.
It shouldn't take very long now. The longest recovery period that I've ever seen to come out of this office was 3.5, 4 weeks.
But we checked with more than a dozen Capital customers who'd sent in money months ago. Only one had gotten anything back, and that refund was $2,700 less than what Capital Punishers charged the customer in the first place.
All these things I thought were legitimate, or I wouldn't have never done it, because I'm not up with the modern day thing, you know. We're a little bit old and stupid, I guess.
Trusting.
Where you just can't think that there are that many crooks in the world.
But apparently there are, and once they get your number,
hello?
They're going to call you again and again.
His name was selected for what?
Poor Grace. These recovery operations, Roberta, are they ever legit?
This is such a new scam, Connie. The Federal Trade Commission just put out a warning saying that you shouldn't trust recovery rooms. Now, there is a remote possibility that a recovery room in sending out a complaint letter to a telemarketer could get a refund, but you could do the same thing yourself for the cost of a stamp, or you could put your tax dollars to work and file a complaint with your state attorney general's office.
Thank you, Roberta. Next, what was wrong with Emily? It's a common illness, but it took doctors 6 years to figure it out.
I just want to be able to do stuff that normal kids do, because I missed out on a lot of years. I just want to catch up.
And still ahead, would you wear this T-shirt? If you did, you might have to wear it to court. There are illnesses we associate with growing older, such as Alzheimer's and arthritis.